Hi, thank you for joining me. Today we're going to demo a mushroom. What I'm going to be working from, I'm going to try and keep close to, is one of these sketches that I did for the mushroom. And my paints that I have today is Cad Yellow Medium, Burnt Sienna, Cad Red Dark, which I have them in the wrong place, and that's Cad Red Medium. That's Cerulean Blue, Ultramarine Blue, and Titanium White. Capture all significant lines. Excuse me, while that's drying, I'm going to decide that my light is coming in from the left. And so that's going to be my lightest area, which is going to cast shadow under here and shadow here. So this area is going to get light. Even some of this make it. So now I'm going to start painting. Remember, the light is coming from this side. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm also going to put some on here. And there. And what I'm doing now is making sure that I have color harmony. The ground is going to go, usually the ground is horizontal, so there you have it. But I think I may make a hill. Make it look like it's on the hillside. And I'm going to just add a little bit more of this. I'm just lightly letting this brush run across the surface. That's too much there. So I'm going to take a wet paper towel and get some of that off while it's still wet. It's acrylic paint. You can do that. Okay. Kind of funky painting with that paintbrush. I don't usually hold my paintbrush like this, but because it's such a small painting, I'm going to. So now that's my light side here and here. Paint over the line, paint over the line. Paint over the lines. Okay. And I'm going to need a little of this up under here too. I hadn't decided what color I want that, but I know I don't want all of that over there. And sky color now. I'm really going to let that background noise do the work for my sky. You can see there it's a little too dark, too much pigment. So now I'm going to erase them with a paper towel. You keep these, keep this thin, translucent, like watercolor. It works better for you. I need a little of the burnt sienna in that blue as it comes down. A mid-tone color, and I don't even like the way that comes out like that, so what I'm doing is just adding a little burnt sienna in it. If you don't do enough, the burnt sienna with the blue will make it turn green looking. It's supposed to brown it down because it has that orange in it. but it will take it to the green side. And as I'm painting in here, who knows what I'll decide to do. That's my mid-tone. And this needs to be a dress. I know for a fact when I hit this yellow with this blue, it's going to give me a green. And I'm going to do that. In the distance. Kind of fade it out. The color further away will be more of a bluer faded out color. And I'm just adding some burnt sienna to it. Also going to add some burnt sienna to this. Should I say some more burnt sienna? I think I want a touch of red in there. And so with the red there, I'm going to have to put some more red up here somewhere. Otherwise, it's very distracting. And underneath there, remember to follow the contour of the mushroom shape that you determine with those lines underneath there. I need a little bit more red in here somewhere. I don't think I have enough of the reds down here either. It's just pulling my eye. Red is a warm color and it tends to come forward, but when I put the red in here, I could tell that I didn't have any in other places. It mixed with the blue in here and made that purple, so it kind of like didn't count. It like didn't count in that area. And so now the ground coming closer to me will be darker, this green. And that's what we reserved the hooker's green for. Then I need to mix with the touch of that red. And it'll give me a really dark green. And we're going to add water to it. Lightly handling the brush. I don't want it all over there because that area in the back has to be lighter. But I need it to mix here and there, just like it does in real life. Too much red. I'm not going to erase that. Just a little, see? Too much blue in there. I just want to make sure there's no white down here. I can have some yellows, and if you use a fan brush, one that I don't have handy, you can come back in and make some nice little grass. So what I'm going to do is take this green with a little of this yellow, not too much. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm standing the brush on the edge, and I'll have to come back across it. I want this to be grounded. You don't need to see the stem. So I'm going to use a little green, this darker green, and see if it'll give me what I want. When you look in nature, it varies. You don't see the same color. And I want this down here in this base to be a little out of focus. A fan brush will do this really well. All that green in there. I prefer this total mixture of colors that you see there. All of these colors is what's in the whole painting. And I have the brush. This is the larger size brush, and now I'm just going to come around and do the rim. And I'm holding it like a pencil right about now because I really do need to be exact. In what I'm doing. And now I'm just going to go over lines. And I'm adding paint, but I'm not completely covering what I have down there. And if I was to completely cover everything that I have down there, then I have to come back in and add more color here and there, because I don't want to lose the marks that I have underneath. And that was the whole purpose of putting those marks down there, so that they would create some interest for me. And when it creates that interest, the viewer comes closer to see exactly what you've done. And I'll need to create some more contrast. I'm going to switch my paint brushes and come into this cerulean blue here. And that's not going to work. So I'll have to do like we did before. Place the white there. If I place the white there, that's actually giving me a color that I'm pleased with. If I want to mix this, I just use my finger and tap lightly where I want it to mix. So I'm using lighter pressure here because I'm coming into this middle tone of blue. Up here, I don't want to mix that too much. Don't make it smooth. Keep that, the look that you have there, and it makes a variation there in the color.